Hello everybody and welcome back. In today's video we're going to talk about the winter solstice and the 5 things you need to do. But before we dig deeper, if you're interested in a free numerology reading, then click the link below in the description. Now let's get started. December 21st marks the shortest day and the longest night of the year. And it is the winter solstice, which means that the winter season has begun. The winter solstice is the reversal of the declination of the sun on December 21. It marks the beginning of winter. In the Northern Hemisphere, this is the day of the year with the shortest period of brightness and the longest period of darkness. Since the days start to get longer again from this point on, the winter solstice was an important festival in many ancient and early medieval cultures, although it was often celebrated a few days before or after the date of the actual solstice. It is important to note though that the winter solstice happening on the 21st of December is only for the Northern Hemisphere. Here, the sun is at the lowest noon position on December 21st, while it reaches its highest position on June 21st. In the Southern Hemisphere, however, the conditions are completely reversed. This means that the sun will hit its lowest noon position on June 21st and its highest noon position on December 21st. With the winter solstice, the light starts to come back again. With the sun at its highest position, the days become longer again, darkness takes another step back, and life awakens again. Plant life sprouts anew, and animals also slowly end their winter dormancy. With the winter solstice, therefore, the longest night of the year is also reached. From now on, life in nature awakens, spring approaches, and with it, the germination of the plant world. It is a rebirth of the sun that happens every year. Even in ancient times, the sun was seen as a symbol of God. Above all celestial messengers, prophets, and sons of God, there was always a solar god, the Father, albeit in parable. What the immortal light of the sun represented in its real appearance was a god of good, one who brings back the lost light. It also seems to be no coincidence that today we celebrate Christ's birth on Christmas Eve, when the arc of the sun's course around the earth gradually extends northward and the days become longer again. On December 21st, the sun traverses an exact same path over the horizon in the south for 3 days. Not a single degree of its apparent orbit changes. Beginning on December 24th, it begins to extend its orbit towards the east in the morning, a little farther each day, and lowers its light towards the west little by little at dusk. This means that its zenith, its highest point around noon, rises very gradually from south to north. However, this is a process that can only be perceived above the Tropic of Cancer. For people living near the equator, not much changes around Christmas time. There too, the sun passes almost vertically through its daily arc across the sky at noon. For the northern peoples, however, the event of the winter solstice has always been an important reason to celebrate, at least since the rotation of the axis of the earth has its specific inclination. The celebrations of the esoteric cosmic contexts of this high festival, that night of the large consecration, thus Christmas, appears to some then only as senseless constraint. But even today, there are people who, no matter whether they are Christians or not, come together in those dark days to celebrate the feast of the new birth of light together. They then sit in the circle of their dearest friends and relatives and try, at their own discretion, to connect with the spiritual worlds that open up to everyone from heaven during this time. But wherever these symbolic customs may come from, the midwinter night, as it is also called, practically possesses its own magical power. After it, hearts can open up, It is a short time of listening for what was perhaps too often overheard in the hustle and bustle of the previous year. It is an actual silent night where a person can prepare for the coming year. Thus, strictly speaking, December 24 is the actual beginning of the year, where the hours of light displace the darkness. So now let's talk about the 5 things that you need to do to get the most out of this deeply spiritual time. Number 1, write down what you want to let go of this year and burn that piece of paper. This is a deeply symbolic ritual that allows you to truly let go of all the things that have been a burden to you this year. In many ways, you're allowing yourself to start anew and not be bogged down by the previous year's negativity. Number 2, smudge your rooms. Smudging allows you to clear your house of bad energies so that you can introduce good energies to your safe spaces. You want your personal space to have a bright and positive aura in order to inspire you. Number 3, draw an oracle card for the coming year. This is one of my favorite things to do, as oracle cards really let you use your own intuition to interpret their meanings. And honestly, one of the best and most valuable tools we have is our intuition. Number 4, write a wish list for the new year. I know this is not a list of gifts that you want. Rather, these are personal wishes that help you further develop as a person and help you get closer to reaching your dreams. And number 5, really think about the people that are close to you. Think about the people that have a positive impact on your life, and then think about the people that have negative impacts on your life. Make sure that you hold tight to people with positive impacts on your life, and think about distancing yourself from those that have negative impacts. So what I ask of you now, as the year comes to a close, are you looking forward to the winter solstice and clearing yourself of all the negative things that have happened this year? Please share your thoughts and experiences down below in the comment section. I read every single comment and look forward to hearing what you all have to say. And if you enjoyed this video, then please like it. And if you're interested in more videos about numerology, spirituality, and the law of attraction, then please consider subscribing to the channel. New videos are out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So until next time, bonsoir, universe.